Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam
Narayanam
Namaskrityam
Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narotamam
Naram
Naram
Chaiva
Chaiva
Narottamam
Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim
Devim
Saraswatim
Saraswatim
Vyasa
Vyasa
Tato Jayamudirayet
Tato
Tato
Jayam
Jayamudiraye
Udirayet
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu
Nashtaprayeshu
Abhadreshu
Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam
Nityam Bhagavata
Bhagavata
Sevaya
Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishti.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, verse 43. Chiravasa Niraharo
Shiravasa
Shiravasa
Niraharo
Niraharo
Baddhavan Mukta Murdhacha
Baddhavan Mukta
Bhagavan Mukta
Murdacha
Murdaja
Darshayannatmano Rupam
Darshayan
Darshayan
Atmano
Atmano
Rupa
Rupam
Jadon Matha Pishachavat
Jadhon Mata Pisachavat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Ashrunuvan Baddhiro Yatha
Ashrunvan Vadhiro Yatha
Chiravasa Niraharo
Chiravasa Nirahaho
Baddhavan Mukta Murdhacha
Bhattavan Mukta Murdaja
Darshayannatmano Rupam
Darshayan Atmano Rupam
Jadon Matha Pisachavat
Jadhon Mata Pisachavat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Ashrunuvan Badiro Yatha.
Ashrunvan Vadhiro Yatha
Krishna Chandrananda Kumar.
Chiravasa Niraharo
Chiravasa
Chiravasa
Niraharo
Niraharo
Bhattavan Mukta Murdaja
Bhaktavan
Bhagavan Mukta
Murdacha
Murdaja
Darshayan Atmano Rupam
Darshayannatmano
Darshayan
Rupam
Atmano Rupam
Jadhon Mata Pisachavat
Jadon Mata Pisachavat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Anavekshamano Niragat
Ashrunvan Vadhiro Yatha
Ashran Navan Vadiro Yatha
Divya Rupa.
Shiravasa Niraharo
Chiravasa
Chiravasa
Niraharo
Niraharo
Baddhavan Mukta Murdaja
Bhagavan Mukta
Bhattavan Mukta
Murdaja
Murdaja
Darshayan Atmano Rupam
Darshayan
Darshayannatmano
Atmano
Rupam
Rupam
Jadon Matta Pisachavat
Jadon Matta
Jadon Mata
Pisachavat
Pisachavat
Annavekshamano Niragat
Anavekshamano
Anavekshamano
Niragat
Niragat
Ashrun Navan Badiro Yatha
Ashrunvan Vadiro Yatha.
Ashrunuvan Badiro Yatha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaраvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
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 Synonyms. Kshiravasa accepted torn clothing.
Kshiravasa accepted torn clothing.
Nirahara gave up all solid foodstuff.
Nirahara gave up all solid foodstuffs.
Gave up all solid foodstuff.
Baddavak stopped talking.
Baddavak
Stopped talking.
Muktamurdhaja, you untied his hair.
Muktamurdhaja untied
untied
his
his hair.
Darshayan began to show.
Darshayan began to show.
Atmana of himself.
Atmana of himself.
Rupam bodily features.
Rupam bodily features.
Jada inert.
Jada inert.
Unmatha mad.
Unmatha mad.
Pishachavat just like an urchin.
Pishachavat just like an urchin.
Anavekshamana without waiting for.
Anavekshamana without waiting for.
Niraghat was situated.
Niraghat was situated.
Ashrunavan without hearing.
Ashruvan without hearing.
Badira just like a deaf man.
Badira just like a deaf man.
Yatha as if.
Yatha as if.
Translation, please repeat after me. After that, Maharaja Yudhishthira dressed himself in torn clothing.
Maharaja Yudhishthira dressed himself in torn clothing.
Gave up eating all solid foods.
Gave up eating all solid foods.
Voluntarily became dumb.
Voluntarily became dumb.
And let his hair hang loose.
And let his hair hang
loose.
All this combined to make him look like an urchin.
All this combined to make him look like an urchin.
Or madman with no occupation.
Or madman with no occupation.
He did not depend on his brothers for anything.
He did not depend on his brothers for anything.
And just like a deaf man, he heard nothing.
And
just like a deaf man, he heard nothing.
Divya Rupa, can you read the purport?
Thus, being freed from all external affairs, he had nothing to do with imperial life or family prestige. And for all practical purposes, he posed himself exactly like an inert mad urchin and did not speak of material affairs. He had no dependence on his brothers, who had all along been helping him. This stage of complete independence from everything is also called the purified stage of fearlessness.
Hariom tatsado majnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurun militam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangunlangayate girinit kripatamham vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam. Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Sri Mate Jaya Pathaka Swamin Iti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Krupa Pradhayine Gaurakatha Dhamathaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavate Paschatya Desatharine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Haraya Nama, Krishna Yadavaya Nama, Hare Gopala Govindaram, Srimad Sudanam. Hari Om Tat Sat. So this is again continued from yesterday's sloka, how yesterday Tritve Hutvacha Panchatvam, the 3 plus 5, 8 material elements, he has annihilated the gross body of 5 elements into the 3 qualitative modes of material nature, and he merged them into nescience and so on and so forth. Yesterday we saw. After doing that, now Maharaja Yudhishthira dressed himself in torn clothing, gave up eating all solid foods, voluntarily became dumb and let his hair hang loose. That means he takes no responsibility here in the material world anymore. He has completely dedicated his body, mind, and words, and thoughts, and intelligence, everything in the devotional service of Krishna. So this is very, very important, because the qualitative manifestation of the 3 modes of material nature no more attracts Yudhishthira Maharaj, nor Yudhishthira Maharaj will be recognized by anybody. He has not voluntarily changed his Vesha, he has just ignored everything material. So, also this is very, very important that he became voluntarily dumb and let his hair loose. So, and he is also like a deaf man. That means he heard nothing, he spoke nothing. What does that mean? That Prabhupada is telling in the purport that he did not speak of material affairs. So, to be Maunavrat means chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Navarachari Parampara Srila Prabhupada's Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has done Maunavrat for 4 continuous years in the Navadvip Dham in Mayapur. At that time, he was simply chanting the holy name of Lord Hare Krishna Mahamantra 192 rounds every day, just like Haridas Thakur, and he spoke nothing and he heard nothing, and nothing could stop him. So this is called acting as a deaf and dumb. It is not a deaf and dumb means I don't hear spiritual thing also. So we hear only Krishna Katha, we speak only Krishna Katha, his holy name, his pastimes in entourage and everything. We do not hear anything material. We don't associate with anything material. 3 modes of material nature, Sangat Sanjayate Kama. So whichever association you are taking, whichever material modes of nature, that will contaminate the soul from being engaged in the pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service. And the person gradually becomes dependent on the material modes of nature for his activities that he wants to perform, because the actual activities are performed by the modes of material nature and not by the person. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 27, we say, Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma karta hammiti manyate Prakrite kriyamanani. So, Krishna's creation of this external energy, gunai karmani sarvashaha, all the karmas are performed by the gunai, guna, 3 gunas, that is mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of action. The person is not performing any activity. Only the 3 modes of material nature is performing activities. He becomes dependent on that, he becomes indebted, he becomes entangled, he is being tortured or used by the 3 modes of material nature just because ahankara vimudatma karta hamiti manyate. He is thinking in mind that I am the doer. Somebody is doing and he is claiming that I am doing, and he wants the result also. That is why he is suffering in the material world. Because as a spirit soul, a person cannot perform anything material because he is not material. He is spirit. He is Satchidananda Vigraha. He is part and parcel of Krishna. So his job is only to serve Krishna, just like my fingers that has to serve only my body. Similarly, we the living entity, we Atma, the soul, the Chetan, we are actually part and parcel of Krishna. So just like my right hand and left hand should serve me, me means serve my body. In the similar way, I am part and parcel of Krishna and I am supposed to serve Krishna's whole body. That is, Krishna is whole Sachidananda Vigraha. I am part and parcel. Like my body is made up of earth, water, fire, ether and air. My right hand and left hand, which are parts of body, also made up of the same ingredients. So by quality, there is no difference. So their job is supposed to be associated with the body and serve the body's need. Put everything into belly. So it has to serve the belly. Like that, the living entities who is not this body is the Sadchid Ananda Vigraha made up of the ingredients of the Lord's body. And so they are supposed to serve him. So in that particular service, they are supposed to serve only the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, आवाज नहीं आ रही।
The three modes of material nature is the doer. We are not this body. We are made up of Sadchid Ananda. This is the ingredients of the soul, which is also the ingredients of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So being part and parcel of Krishna, Mamai Vamse, Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta, Sanatana. We are all Sanatana, eternal. And we are all Mamai Vamsa, Jiva Bhuta. All the Jivas are actually Krishna's part and parcel. So we are supposed to serve Krishna. Just like the right and left hand should serve the body, similarly, we are supposed to serve Krishna. But Krishna bhuliye bhoga vancha kare. Forgetting Krishna, we want to enjoy like Krishna without Krishna. So we handed over, we surrendered ourselves into the material nature. And the material nature is tossing us on the fry pan. So this is going on. And we are thinking unnecessarily that I am this body and anything performed by the body and mind is I am doing. But actually, who is doing three modes of material nature? Gunai, Karmani, Sarvashaha. All the activities are performed by the three modes of material nature. We are only witness. As a soul, how can you perform some material activities here? Anyway, you cannot. See, oil will have oil property. Just because it is liquid, it cannot act as water. Even if you put oil and water in the same bottle, still the oil and water will not mix. It will remain aloof from each other only. Similarly, even though the soul has come in contact with the material nature and within the body, the soul and the material body, matter and soul, spirit are together, still they cannot contact each other. They cannot interact each other. So this is the philosophy. This is the science. So we are part and parcel of Krishna. And here Yudhishthira Maharaj, he has understood completely this philosophy and he has given up at once all kind of material attachment. He doesn't speak anything material and he doesn't hear anything material and he doesn't act in any way materially. He is not depending on anybody. This is called fully dependent. Fully independent means, complete independence means fully dependent on Krishna, Guru and Krishna. That is called complete independence. As long as we are depending on the three modes of material nature, Maya, the external energy, we will be tossed on the fry pan of the material existence and we will be suffering. Dukkalayam ashashvatam. This is the alayam of dukkha. Miseries and sufferings are only available here and there is no happiness. There is no blissfulness. There is no ananda. This is asat achit nirananda. There is no eternity, no knowledge. Ignorance is taught as avidya, is taught as vidya. The education is just like avidya only is given as education. So it is ignorance, achit, no knowledge. Because knowledge of the self is not there, then what type of knowledge it is? I'm thinking I am this body. After I completed my education, I'm still thinking I am this body and I have to go and work for somebody to get some money to maintain the body. If this is my position, what knowledge I have got? I've got completely ignorance, engineered in ignorance, engineered in ignorance, doctrine in ignorance. Nobel Prize is also given for top class ignorance. The scientist will only create atom bomb to kill in mass. He does not create something that can surpass death. That is not scientist. So this is ignorant only. And we have to come out of the achid, the ignorance. How we will come out of the achid? By associating with pure devotees and Srimad Bhagavatam and chanting the holy name of the Lord and accepting bona fide spiritual master. So these are all the basic principles by which we can get. So Yudhishthira is very fortunate here that he has become inert to this everything that is matter. So nothing material can disturb him anymore. So he has come to fearlessness. Because when nothing material can disturb you, how will you fear? You will become fearless. So he is fearless. That is in the purified stage. That is the fearlessness that he has got due to his purification. And he chanted the holy name of the Lord only, thinking of the lotus feet of Krishna only. And he heard only about Krishna. If any other sound is coming, he is not hearing it at all. What to speak of ignoring? Ignoring means I am hearing, but I am not caring. That is one thing. But not hearing is very exalted position. I don't hear anything material. I hear only Krishna Katha. That is very pure. That is called a purified stage. And Yudhishthira Maharaj has achieved that purified stage. So that is mentioned in this purport. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization? Please do share with us. 5.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
प्रभु जी मेरा प्रश्न 42 श्लोक से है।
Okay.
भौतिक संबंधों से एवं स्थूल तथा सूक्ष्म आवरणों के भौतिक बंधन से स्वतंत्रता का यह भाव मनुष्य को भगवान के दास के रूप में कार्य करने के लिए मुक्त बनाता है, भले ही वह अभी भौतिक जगत में रहता हो। तो हम लोग भौतिक जगत में रहते हैं, ये बात समझ में आती है। तो भौतिक संबंध या स्थूल एवं सूक्ष्म आवरण वो क्या है और कौन सा भाव मनुष्य को भगवान के दास के रूप में कार्य करने के लिए मुक्त बनाता है?
मनुष्य को स्थूल और सूक्ष्म जो है, स्थूल वो है जो भूमि नलो अपलो वायु कम मनोबुद्धि रेवचा, स्थूल और सूक्ष्म। यानी ये जो पृथ्वी, आकाश, वायु, जल और अग्नि, ये पांचों जो है स्थूल होता है। इसको बोलते हैं स्थूल शरीर, जिसमें हम लोग देख सकते हैं, किसी चीज को हम महसूस कर सकते हैं, वो है। और सूक्ष्म जो है मन, बुद्धि और अहंकार, ये तीनों सूक्ष्म शरीर होते हैं। वो स्थूल से भी बहुत हल्का होता है। और आत्मा हम लोग स्वयं जो है वो कृष्ण भगवान का सेवक है, वो इससे स्थूल और सूक्ष्म दोनों से भी हल्का है। तो इसलिए जब हम अब कौन सा हमको करने से इन सो से मुक्त प्राप्त होगा? भक्ति योगा में जब हम अपने आप को पूरे निषाद कर देंगे, तभी हमको ये मुक्ति प्राप्त होगा। चाहे हम इस शरीर के अंदर हो या ना हो, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। बहुत ही सुंदर सवाल। थैंक यू,
धन्यवाद प्रभु।
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So let's wind up and join back tomorrow sharp at 8 o'clock for the continuing of Srimad Bhagavatam class. Till then, Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
जय
जय
पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
वैष्णव प्रणाम। पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदे।